Your station is ZFM Stereo, my station, your station, the hottest radio in town. Today I had to come in wearing a scarf because my guest today I've never seen without a scarf.
Or a hat.
Or a hat. My hair
Especially a hat.
My hat is too big for a hat.
But if I had your dreadlocks, I'm not sure I would wear a hat all the time.
The discussion is, and an awesome discussion, Culture Talk is to say, FM Stereo, the discussion is live. 0731168045 is the number to get in touch with you. Ambassador
But
Enrico Di Agostino from the Italian ambassador. Makasimbere.
ndakazimba ndinovara steric.
Uribo.
Ndinovara steric. Achi ndinogara ndichifara kana ndiri pa ZFM stereo. Zvikufaya ere?
Zufaya.
How are you Zimbabweans, Magadi?
Now we're done. We can just
Now
close
we're
up.
done. Okay.
Close up.
No, but instead of saying the frequencies the next time, you just sing Mapurisa. And this is Mapurisa Muno Muharare and the Gueru and then
Oh, fascinating. Now, when I think of Italian culture,
yes.
other than the scarves and the hat, I think
And the jackets
and
and
the
the
jackets.
suits.
I had to wear the jacket.
And the shoes.
And the shoes.
Oh God.
The shoes.
Yes, the shoes.
Okay, I'm getting carried away now, but yeah. First of all, let's talk about in as far as your government coming and its relations with Zimbabwe, culturally, in as far as that is concerned. How does Italy and Zimbabwe connect on a cultural level?
We connect all the time. In fact, as an embassy, we put culture at the center of our diplomatic activity. Basically, a diplomat is somebody who wants to communicate messages. And I think that culture provides us with fantastic language to do that in a non-confrontational way. And so, you know that rule, when you're in writing school, they teach you that rule: show, don't tell. Okay, so basically through culture, you can show what you're all about, what your civilization is about, what's your government about sometimes, and you do it and you show, and at the same time, while you're doing that, you're learning from your interlocutor, from your counterpart, what they are about. And that's why culture is so important in diplomatic relations. That's why we do it so much at the Italian embassy. And we have a lot of fun by doing
This is the important thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk around to some of the things that you guys have been involved with, so the artistic aspect. But first of all, I'm sitting at home and I think I've got the Italian ambassador. I'm going to ask him all the cool questions I'm going to ever ask him. I look at, are there similarities that you see between the two cultures?
Munogona kutaura chitariano ere? I think you can.
I can say Inter Milan.
You can say Ferrari. You can say Prada.
Gucci.
You can say ciao, right?
Ciao.
You know
Bella. Yes.
That's right. Exactly. Ciao Bella if you're a man, because you're talking to a woman, and ciao bello if you're a woman, because you're talking to a man. Yeah, and that's so in fact, you know much more Italian than you think, because Italian culture pervades the society nowadays. You anywhere you go, whether it's a restaurant or a fashion show or a workshop, there's a little bit of Italy in there, everywhere.
Absolutely. And the question I asked a little bit earlier was to say, is there any similarities that you see? There are things you do in Italy.
We stress. We have a big stress on family culture, and that's something we've got in common between Italy and Zimbabwe. We really are family people. We like to take our meals together. That's when the family comes together, and you chat about your day, your problems, and your aspirations, and so on. This is something that I think we really share. And Italy also used to be, until, let's say, before the Second World War, a very rural society. And we have retained that. Although we've become industrialized and so on, we have retained that. And hence a lot of stress on food and on traditions. I think a country is very rich when its traditions are not nurtured in the right way. And I think that Zimbabweans can do that, and that's very important. That's that we can share. And in fact, it's always very stimulating to actually see what do we do together. Like you got sadza, right? We got polenta, which is pretty much the same thing, except ours is yellow. It's normally made of yellow maize, and we put salt in the water when we cook it. So I always ask Zimbabweans, so what do you do with leftover sadza? And they say, we either give it to the chickens or we make maheu. Okay. So I always say, have you tried to pan fry it or deep fry it or grill it? It is fantastic. Shamwari, believe me, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's crispy. It goes with anything. Try it.
I'm just thinking about that.
That's what we do.
If I cooked often enough, maybe I'd have some leftovers.
No, but later, after the program, we're going to my place and we have some bottle of wine.
Absolutely, there we go. See, sorted. My life is sorted. But what are the differences in the two cultures?
Well, of course, the world is beautiful because it's so varied, and there are lots of differences. I mean, we're so far apart. We have developed in different ways. I think that if you talk about Italian culture, you could say I would summarize the concept in sophistication. Okay.
Yep.
Refinement. And how does that come about? It comes about basically through two factors. One is tradition. We've talked about it.
Yep.
And it's important to refine your ways and whatever you do throughout the centuries, throughout the years. And then the other thing is interaction with the outside world. Because you see, throughout the course of its history, Italy was invaded by many different peoples, many different tribes, from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, and so on. And it acquired a little bit from each one. And so that's why it's so diverse nowadays. Okay, so the beauty about Italy and Zimbabwe, even in diversity, we can learn from each other and grow together. So that's quite funky, isn't it?
I want to hear a lot of the stuff where we get a lot of cultures that we aren't looking at our Zimbabwe. There are a lot of cultures that came through this country that we adopted. So I'm seeing a lot of similarities, even in the cultural nuances. Just for those, religion is also a big thing in Italy, isn't it?
Yes.
And what is the main religion? I know it sounds obvious, but for someone sitting home.
Where does the Pope live? In Rome, in my own city. So we're sort of Christian and Catholic by default. I'm telling you, religion is actually being discussed more and more in Italy these days, and it's a very interesting topic. We are sort of officially, I would say, over 90% Catholic as a nation.
So when we look at it, is the diversity also exists? I know you said 90% is more likely to be Christian.
There was absolutely no diversity in that department when I grew up in Italy. It's more diverse now. Obviously, we're becoming a multicultural society. So of course, I witnessed the building of a big mosque in Rome, which was a big deal at the time, and we're getting accustomed to different people from different countries, and Italians are a pretty tolerating bunch, tolerant bunch. Sorry, yes. So,
and looking a little bit forward. Okay, we talked about the beliefs. There's the belief system that is more tolerant. We touched a bit on that. What I find fascinating, we made reference to earlier, before we touched the food, is how much of the Italian culture has been assimilated across the world. And you can talk about the ones from your different travels. But in Zimbabwe, what did you find that was surprising, that was so deeply entrenched within Zimbabwean culture?
As far as food is concerned, I mean, everybody eats pizza, right?
Okay, let's go with
it's
food
from
first,
Italy. it's a problem for me to talk about this because I'm a foodie and I've been called a snob because food snob. In fact, there was an American friend of mine when I was in university in Germany who called me the spaghetti snob.
Yeah.
Because I am, Italians are very particular about how their food is cooked. So if you don't get the pizza right,
It's not a pizza.
It's, Tina Dambuzico. It's not a pizza. Yeah, for example, here you get pizza, right? That it's basically a big white thing on top of a crust, which is not very crispy anymore because they tend to put mozzarella on top, and the mozzarella is shredded. It's not even cubed. Okay, please, guys, cube your mozzarella. Don't shred it. And the sequence is the dough. Okay, you make your pizza disc. Then you put your tomato, if that's a pizza with tomato. Then you put mozzarella cubes, and then you put everything else. And don't put too much stuff on it. Don't drown it in this bloody white sea. You see how we get extremely emotional and passionate? That's right. Yes, Italian. Italy is synonymous with passion.
The question, though, is there are also types of foods that you find within Zimbabwe that are labeled as Italian.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with that.
Let's not name. But give me an example. We don't really go on to the naming and
I mean,
changes.
as I said, pizza and so on, and pasta. We've got, for example, in Italy, we've got actually regulations as to quality of certain products and how they are supposed to be made. So, for example, you're not allowed to make pasta which is not made out of durum wheat. Okay.
This is a specific type of.
Yeah, it's actually illegal in Italy to sell pasta. Why? Because if you put something that's not made with durum wheat and you put it in hot water, it will basically dissolve. A bit disgusting.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, but I'm not saying that that is to be found in Zimbabwe. I just want to give you an example of the way the sophistication and the passion that Italians put into food. Yeah.
You should see if you go onto a Facebook Live page.
Yeah.
It's live right now. You see the look on His Excellency's face.
And
he is so deep in it, like you have no idea.
And I'm not even getting excited about this. I'm just keeping it cool.
So it is something that you're very passionate about.
Absolutely.
And are there any that you've imported into Zimbabwe and mixed with some of the Zimbabwean foods to come up with?
You've got something fantastic in Zimbabwe. You've got porcini mushrooms from Nyanga. Mm-hmm. This is beautiful. You've got some beautiful mushrooms. What do they call them? Dindindi?
Yes.
Yeah. They're so beautiful and the texture is fantastic. And there is one advantage in southern Africa: there are no parasites for porcini mushrooms. So whereas our porcini mushrooms are nice and tasty, but they've got holes in them because somebody has been eating them before you. The ones that you find here in Nyanga, and I hope that this rains, you'll get some nice porcini.
There's loads of rain. Don't worry.
Stephen, hello, Stephen is the guy that comes from Nyanga to bring me porcini. Stephen, are you listening, Stephen? I need some porcini mushrooms from Nyanga, please.
I cannot believe you came and name dropped. It's ZFM Stereo, my station, your station, 0731168045. That's the number. I'm here with the Italian ambassador, His Excellency Enrico De Agostini. And coming up, we're going to take a quick break. I want to go into fashion real quickly, and we're going to talk about film. Because
Musica.
I'm going to ask... I've got already a question here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you think about it. You don't have to answer it now.
All right.
Are you a Tony Soprano fan? It's ZFM Stereo, my station, your station, the hardest radio time. You're not going to answer it before the break.
Your number one hit music station. Where hit music lives. See all day. ZFM Stereo.
It is the FM Stereo, my station, your station, and Tadzoka pa radio. Panevenura na ambassador ku Italy. Wafaraga?
Ukufara steady.
Ukufara steady. Your Excellency,
Just stop that. Call me Enrico.
Enrico, yes, there we go. I'm
Mira.
free. I'm free. So, Tony Soprano fan, or you just don't get that?
Well, for a start, I don't watch TV.
What?
Yes, I
No.
have to make a confession, public confession. I have to come out of the closet. I am a non-TV watcher because I do have lots of other things to do. Well, first of all, I have a 9-year-old son. I love to play with him, and I write in the evening. I write novels. I write whatever comes to my mind, really. I read and so on. So I think TV is a bit of a wasted time.
Okay, so the answer is no. But you probably would be a fan if you knew him.
But you know, Tony Soprano. Of course, I've heard of The Sopranos. Okay, which is, and I've even watched, I think, an episode or two, and I thought that was it's very well done, but it's very much about stereotypes about Italians.
That's what I wanted to
So
ask
it's
about.
like-
Do you find their stereotypes?
He wants to talk about the stereotypes, eh? I actually don't have an Italian accent. I have to try and just search for it.
There we go. Okay, let's find it. Let's find it.
Let's find it. Let's
because-
find it.
Let's
Find it.
Because
It's a
you know-
nicer place. Yeah.
Okay, so 0731168045. Some compliments coming from me. I like this Italian ambassador. Shona is better than most of us. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
And I've got
Tino
another,
Tenda.
another question. Hi, I'm Shamiso. I'm loving this show. I'm already a fan of this Italian Enrico guy. You know, the hearts. This came up.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yes, and then another
Nice.
message is Ambassador is a lovable person. You can hear it over radio. So much fun in the studio. So
You know. I thank you guys. I'm really happy that we are already connecting through the radio. But you know what? I'm really happy here. My family is happy here because the people have been so welcoming to us. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing
experience.
time for us. Yes, I am. I'm not new to Africa because we were in Mozambique, Ghana, and South Africa before coming to Zimbabwe. But Zimbabwe has been really, really
great.
awesome, fantastic.
Oh, we're glad to have you here.
Yay!
We've got very little
please,
time left.
Please write to the Italian government. Then
Say, can you
make
just
sure I
keep him?
stay.
We'll kidnap you. We'll get Tony Soprano to come and deal with it. But
So-
there's a fascinating thing that's coming up. That is the Venice
Biennale, yes.
Biennale.
Yes.
How is it important as far as cultural exchange for Zimbabwe and
Yes.
Italy?
Well, first of all, the Venice Biennale is probably, well, certainly one of the most important art exhibition in the world, and it takes place once every 2 years, and hence the name Biennale, biennial,
yeah.
and it takes place in Venice. So Zimbabwe has been participating. This will be the 4th time running that a Zimbabwean team, let's call it, has been participating in the Biennale, representing this region of Africa. And Zimbabwean people have got incredible talent in art and music and so on. So it's wonderful. And what it does, it exposes the Zimbabweans to the rest of the world's art, and so they can grow, and the rest of the world is exposed to Zimbabwe. So the participation in the Venice Biennale, and I thank the National Gallery for that and the ministry, it's a statement about a country. It's not just about those artists who participate, and by the way, they're fantastic. Yeah, Rafael Chikukwa has done a great job in selecting them.
Thank you for giving him the
And
opportunity.
the others and the other members of the committee, not just him, not just the curator. But let's come to what we do as an embassy, because I see that your time is running out.
Yes.
And we have a very rich cultural program. And of course, Musica, the festival that we do in the first week of October. And it's about music. It's about interaction between different international musicians that come from outside and Zimbabwean musicians. Oh, by the way, do you know that an Italian, a band was formed out of Musica? It's called Zimbo Ita.
Yes, with the blessing,
Chimanga and so
yes,
on.
yes.
And one member, Max Covini, the
There we
drummer,
go.
is getting married to a Zimbabwean girl,
And he doesn't
Teresa
wanna leave.
Muteta.
There we
And,
go.
and nobody knows, right?
I do.
now we do. Now you do. So anyway, so many things. Talk about interaction.
There we
right?
go. Cultural exchange.
So, Musica is our flagship, and it's about networking for the people who support us financially, because we haven't got any money. Tinemari. But lots of businesses understand the value of being associated with style and so on, and so we've been able to hold many editions of Musica. This will be the 10th edition this year. We celebrate 10 times of Musica, 10 editions of Musica. Yeah! And we've been adding different legs to it. Fashion and film and design and so on. So that's one of the things that we do, and we're really proud of it. Then, of course, a big initiative that connects the awareness about environmental issues and art. Basically, what we get artists to do funky stuff around town. Remember when we painted bins around town, the concrete bins and metal bins and so on. And this year we want to paint the central fountain in Union Square. Yay! And we're gonna ask lots of fantastic artists to paint
to do
that.
some incredible things, yes.
And to raise awareness about a very important theme, very relevant theme today, which is wetland dry. Sometimes it's too dry, sometimes it's too wet. We have to be able to manage our resources. Yeah, matoro anoyera, as we said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's like,
Tinopakutenda. Ambassador, I am so sad that this is coming to an end, because somebody said, yeah, next time you'll be sitting kunoko. I'll be there.
Okay, I'll interview you, Larry.
Yes. Just to finish off with some messages, I agree with the ambassador. No TV, there's so much life to do out there. That's Papa. And someone says, please, Mr. Ambassador, I need the Italian accent one last time, please.
Oh. But I can't do the Italian accent. I just can't. I did not learn English in Italy.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't even know how to do it.
You're such a cool kid. Thank you very much, Enrico. Thank you for coming.
Larry. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Known to me as Enrico, but everybody apparently is supposed to be calling him His Excellency, the ambassador to Italy in Zimbabwe. That is Enrico De Agostini, talking about Italian culture. It's been fascinating. My name is Larry Kidarai.
Son of